Back live here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Not quite sure why we dropped out. We were connected to the internet. YouTube just decided that they didn't like us. So, bottom of the 8th inning started out.
I don't know if
with an out.
YouTube decided they don't like us.
Something decided they don't like us. Strike to Tanner Otremba. So in the top of the 8th inning, Brendan Bobo, he hit a solo shot home run to tie the game. That, I believe, was still on the stream, but after that, 3 consecutive outs for the Oaks. Now Nick Rinkover back on the hill. Andrew Catrell, the first at bat, grounded out to the first baseman in Brendan Bobo. Ball up, count 1-1. Rinkover, he came in the 7th. He allowed 2 base runners and a run to come around to score in that inning. A walk to Max McGuire and a double to Ethan Bates. Otremba watches a pitch, brushing back inside. So doesn't get hit, it was close. So Rinkover still battling with Tanner Otremba here. Pitch. Just misses the zone. I presume outside. It was very close. Keaton Suji gives a shrug to the dugout, like, I don't know where it's supposed to be pitched. Three balls to Tanner Otremba. The pitch in. Swing and a foul ball. So the count is now full. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Tanner Otremba, who so far today singled in the 6th, came around to score in that inning. Before that, he had 2 outs to JT Naviak, a ground out and a line out. That single on the infield, it ended up hitting Cody Adcock. He was able to reach first base safely. The 3-2 from Rinkover. Off speed, swing and a miss. Nick Rinkover gets the strikeout, his first of the day.
And that's a great response for Rinkover. He allowed the run last inning, now comes back with a ground out to Catrell and a strikeout to Otremba. 2 outs already for Rinkover after Bobo tied it 4-4 on the home run. And man, right now, it's a big inning. The Oaks just can't surrender any more runs.
And so no one has come to the plate for Santa Barbara. Not quite sure who's supposed to be up. Long wait. Looks like there might be a pinch hitter now. Kendall Pettis is the man coming to the box for Steven Zobak.
For Zobak, please welcome to the plate. Sponsored by Rick Wilson. Number 20, Kendall Pettis.
So Pettis is coming up for the first time today. Zobak, he reached base once on a walk that came in the 6th. He had struck out and flew out. Now Kendall Pettis coming up for the first time today. First pitch to Pettis, runs inside, the count 1-0. We've seen Kendall Pettis a few times this season. He has a .227 batting average. Last game he played against the Oaks was July 20th. He went 2 for 4 in that game. Strike called, count 1-1. Rinkover gets it on the inside half. 15 walks on the season to 20 strikeouts for Pettis to go along with 22 hits. 9 of them have been for extra bases. The 1-1 catches his own for a strike. Pettis doesn't like it. He turns to the dugout and shakes his head. The count 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the inning. Rinkover close to getting out of it. It ends up running inside off the glove of Caden Suji. Back foot slider. Does not induce a swing and a miss, and the count still 2-2. Jared Thomas on deck. Jack Rydell in the hole. Nick Rinkover not worried about them, just trying to get out of the inning against Kendall Pettis. The 2-2 misses high and away, the count 3-2. That was a close pitch right on the outside of the zone. Pettis doesn't swing, strike isn't called, and the count is run full. Second consecutive full count. There wasn't a full count for the Foresters through the first 5 2/3, and he gets rung up. Rinkover back-to-back strikeouts. His second strikeout of the day, and we're heading into the 9th, all knotted at 4 apiece. The Oaks trying to take the lead when we come back on the Oaks live stream. TJ Foreman leading off the 9th inning for the Oaks. 3 outs for either team to try to get it done in regulation. The last time the Oaks were in this spot, it was earlier this week against Academy. Oaks ended up getting walked off in Academy. Trying to search for a different tune here. TJ Foreman, he's leading off the inning. 2 for 3 day for TJ so far. A double in the second, a single in the sixth. Sandwich in between was a 3-pitch strikeout. First pitch swinging, lined into right field, coming in, making the play, and getting the out is the right fielder. I believe that's Ethan Bates, and it still is in right field. So Foreman put a charge in one, gave it a ride, but could not get it to drop. First out of the inning. Pinch hitter for Caden Suji. It's Brendan Durfee coming to the plate.
So all the substitutions happening right now. Dylan Campbell, he's going to be at third base. Josh Stinson now in center field. Carson Wells, who was over in center field, he's now in left field. And like you said, Ethan Bates in right field. So that is the defensive realignment with Rombach at first, who came in previously.
So Durfee, he's seeing his first at-bat today. First pitch misses low. The count 1-0 to Brendan Durfee. Durfee, so far this season, he's been effective at the plate, batting .256. Watches the second ball of the count miss inside, the count 2-0. Scott Ellis trying to get out of his time without giving up any more runs. The 2-0 brushes back inside, but called for a strike. It looked like it almost hit Brendan Durfee, but called a strike on the pitch, the count 2-1.
That was just a really good fastball by Ellis, and Durfee just kind of was on his back foot of that and just backed out a little bit.
So the 2-1, big swing and a miss, a ball below the zone, but Durfee gave a strike away. The count is 2-2. Scott Ellis. He's gotten out his last 4 batters, and now his last 5 with his 3rd strikeout of the day. Gets Durfee going down on strikes. And that leaves Daniel Cabral. Pinch hitter, Daniel Cabral. His day is done. Andrew Sharp now coming in. Sharp, the last time Santa Barbara, in the 9th inning, the Oaks were down 4-1. Andrew Sharp ended up making it 4-3 with 1 swing at a home run over the right field wall. The left-hander trying to do it again. Brendan Bobo with the home run in the 8th inning as well as a home run in the 1st. So Santa Barbara's given up a few of them already today. First pitch to Sharp outside, the count 1-0. Andrew Sharp is batting .214 on the season. Check his swing, called a strike, the count 1-1. Sharp has 2 home runs on the year. Excuse me. Actually, that is correct. It is 2 home runs on the season. Swing and a miss. The count 2 strikes and 1 ball. Andrew Sharp fouled straight back into the screen. He's still alive.
It's 1-2 after that was the second
Yes,
strike.
2 strikes and 1 ball.
Yes. Oh, sorry.
The 1-2 count. Checks his swing in play to third base. The throw over to first in time to get Sharp. And so the inning is over. The Oaks trying to get through the bottom of the 9th to head it to extras when we come back on the Oaks live stream. Bottom of the 9th inning. The Oaks trying to hold the Foresters at bay. They turn to their most sure-handed reliever. It's Clay Rickerman. Rickerman on the season, he has 8 saves this year. 1 save in the stat sheet wasn't counted for. So his last 8 appearances have all been saves for Clay Rickerman. Jared Thomas standing in the way, as well as Jack Rydell and Carson Wells. Thomas, he's reached base all 3 times he's come to the plate today. Walked in the 2nd, singled in the 4th, and then an RBI double in the 6th. First pitch, put it in play. Rickerman can't field it. He slips on the infield, and an infield single for Jared Thomas on a play where Clay Rickerman was right there. So the go-ahead and winning run is now on the base paths for Santa Barbara.
And that's just so unfortunate for Clay. I mean, I've said that plays are unfortunate before, but that's probably the most unfortunate play I've seen in a long time. Clay, he had the play there with him, the bunt from Thomas, and then he just absolutely slipped on his back. And because of that, that puts the winning run at first. And, man, what you could have had a one-pitch, one-out to start. Now you have a one pitch and a runner on first.
Pickoff back to first, and it's a new pinch hitter in the game. He's not on my stat sheet. Knight, do you know who number 6 is?
Number 6?
Number 6 is the man at the plate.
Is it Josh Stinson? Because Stinson came into the game for center field.
I have Josh Stinson as a different batter. I think it might be Sean McLean. First pitch to McLean, in there for a strike, the count 0-1.
So it is Sean McLean?
I believe it is Sean McLean.
No, it's Dylan Campbell.
Dylan Campbell, so
We saw Dylan Campbell before.
Sean McLean was number 6 on this team. He's now no longer with the team. So pickoff back to first. Jared Thomas back in safely.
And Campbell, I mean, he's been really good this season. He's batting .354 on the year. And, I mean, this is the guy you want at the plate if you're the Foresters right now. 3 home runs, and he showed up late.
Ground ball outside of the bag at first. It looked like it might have curled back into the field of play, but just rode that line and stayed foul. So the count 0-2. And you're right, Campbell, he is batting .355 on the season. On July 21st, he had a 3-hit game against the Blues. His last game, he had a 2-hit game on 4 at-bats against the Riptide. He got the start yesterday. He stole a couple of bags as well. He's trying to come up big here. Out of UT Austin against Clay Rickerman. The count 0-2. Rickerman checks the runner at first. Brendan Durfee now the catcher behind the dish. Pickoff back to first. Close play. The Oaks thought they got him. Thomas was leaning the other way. It was bang, bang, and the first base umpire called him safe.
Yeah, that was a really close play there. Thought maybe the Oaks were going to get it right there, just like the rest of the dugout for the Oaks. But, man, doesn't get the call. The umpire, he was closer to it, saw that he was in there safely, and because of that, Thomas is safe.
0-2 the count. Campbell swings and bounces one outside of the bag at third. Campbell was fooled on a breaking ball, still was able to catch up to it and be out in front of it in order to ground it outside of the third base bag. So the count 0-2. The Oaks and Foresters, a long storied rivalry. So far this season, Santa Barbara has had the Oaks number. They've won every single game this season. 0-5 against Santa Barbara is the Oaks. Pickoff back to first. Brendan Bobo, the tag applied, but back in safely again is Jared Thomas. The Oaks have only seen one extra inning game this season. That was against Santa Barbara. All of the games have been competitive. There was one 11-4 blowout at the start of the season where the Foresters got the Oaks, but other than that, all the games have been pretty tight. Swing and a line drive into right center field. Foreman headed to the gap, makes the catch. And what was a line drive that looked like it had a chance to get down, hung up just enough for T.J. Foreman to run underneath it, and for the first out of the inning.
And that's a big out there for Rickerman. He bounces back after the little bit of a mistake or a little bit of an accident for him after the bunt single by Thomas. Gets ahead 0-2 to Campbell. Fouled off. Then get him on the fly out. So right now, Rickerman, no balls thrown through his first 5 pitches.
And so there were 2 defensive substitutions. Durfee came in behind the dish, and Cody Sulak came into second base. Carson Wells now coming up to the plate. He's 0 for 3 on the day. First pitch to him misses. Count 1-0. So far today, Carson Wells struck out in his first at-bat, then has a ground out in the 5th and a fly out to the catcher in the 7th. Thomas at first. He has not scored yet today, despite reaching base 3 times, this being his 4th time on the base paths. Wells takes his time outside of the left-handed batter's box, now steps in. Back to first as the pickoff. Not in time to catch Thomas. 1-0 count. JT Naviak with the responsibility if the runner goes. Breaking ball, ball in the dirt. The runner's going to take second base. A strike. Carson Wells tried to swing. The pitch fooled him, but Durfee couldn't block it. And the go-ahead and winning run is now at second base with 1 out in the inning. The Cal Lutheran battery connection, Rickerman and Durfee, couldn't stop that ball.
And we've seen Rickerman work through jams before all season. He's had runners in scoring position, including a game his last time out, I believe, where he had a runner, the tying run in scoring position. He prevented it from coming around to score. And right now, trying to preserve this game at 4-4, the go-ahead run in scoring position, that is the winning run in Jared Thomas. And, you know, it's unfortunate. Even if Durfee fields that ball cleanly on that pitch, I think that Thomas steals as he was going on the pitch.
The 1-1, swing and a miss. Carson Wells now down to his final strike. Rickerman looking to get him out on strikes. At one point in the season, Clay Rickerman only had 3 strikeouts. Then he struck out the 5 consecutive batters after, or the 3 consecutive batters after that to make it 6 on the season. The stat sheet in the CCL is wrong. It says he only has 5 strikeouts. He has 6. Rickerman steps off the hill. Time is called by the home plate umpire. We've talked about the implications that this game has on the CCL season and this game has on the Oaks season. If they lose today, then playoffs is kind of out of the question as this one skied up into right field. Foreman and Sandoval tracking over. Sandoval makes the play. The runner doesn't tag. Melhoff blocks the throw to go from behind third base, and 2 outs now as Wells flies out to center.
Huge out right there. I mean, you can't say it enough. Back-to-back flyouts for Rickerman. You have a runner in scoring position at second, and right now Nathan Rombach, he's up at the plate, and this is the biggest at-bat all season. We keep saying it, biggest at-bat, biggest at-bat. This is it right now. Clay Rickerman needs to get this out, preserve the game at 4-4.
And it's an intentional walk, so he's going to let Nathan Rombach go to first.
Rombach hit that go-ahead shot in extra innings against the Oaks in the continuation game, so I can see why.
First base open, that bag doesn't matter. Rickerman now just has to make sure that he doesn't walk Ethan Bates, who he's 1 for 3 so far today. A double in his last at-bat in the 7th inning. That ended up being the last RBI of the game for Santa Barbara. It scored Cade Higgins from first base. He also has a ground out and a strikeout in this game. First pitch in the dirt. Durfee blocks it. The count 1-0 was a splitter from Rickerman.
You could hear the cheers from the dugout right now from the Oaks, cheering on Durfee, saying, good job, Durf, on stopping that ball. And that's huge right there. That prevents the runner from going to third. And, you know, with the catcher right now in Durfee, you got to protect as many balls as you can because 2 pass balls could cost the Oaks this game. And right there, a great stop behind the dish as the catcher.
1 ball, no strikes to Ethan Bates. Swing and a miss, the count 1-1. The Oaks searching for extras. The Foresters trying to get rid of this game in regulation. Ethan Bates is going to have to be the man to do it. He's a 9-hole hitter on the day. Trying to get his second hit, his second RBI. Rickerman under the bright lights. Shakes a few times. Nods to the dish. Checks the runners. The 1-1 fouled off. Rickerman needs 1 more strike to get out of the inning. Ethan Bates now down to his final strike, trying to protect. Bates this season 11 strikeouts on the year. Rickerman shakes twice. Gets the pitch he likes from Durfee. Checks the runner. The 1-2 in the dirt. Durfee blocks. So the count 2-2. Brendan Durfee keeps it in front.
And those are two.
At first, but he doesn't matter. This game is between Rickerman and Ethan Bates. Brendan Durfee with a few key defensive plays to block. Jared Thomas. The winning run at second. The 2-2. Swing and a miss in the dirt. Durfee finds it. The throw down. He got him. We're headed to extras. This game's tied at 4. The Oaks season still alive. To the 10th inning we go. The Oaks stay right in it. You're listening to the Oaks live stream on YouTube. Ryan Milano, Knight Uretsky here in the top of the 10th inning. We're in extras, and that means Knight. It's time for play-by-play.
Thank you, Ryan. Free baseball here in Santa Barbara. 4-4 the score. Scott Ellis still on the mound for the Foresters. Clay Rickerman, a crucial 9th inning. No runs come across for the Foresters as the first pitch to Austin Carrillo here in the top of the 10th is called for a strike. 0-1 the count. Carrillo today, he's 0 for 1, but he's reached base safely in his last 3 at-bats, all walks. Looks at the 0-1, misses. Count now even 1-1. And Carrillo has been patient all day. Had an 8-pitch battle in his last at-bat that ended in a walk, but now he's behind. It's 1-2 to Austin Carrillo. Hunter Call and Brendan Bobo also due up for the Oaks in this inning. The 1, 2, and 3-hole hitters, the top of the lineup. Carrillo fouls off the 1-2, and he'll stay alive. So, 4 pitches in the at-bat so far to Carrillo. He grounded out to first in his first time up. Came around to score in the 5th. And now stays alive.
And this is the exact part of the order that you want up if you're the Oaks. Austin Carrillo, Hunter Call, Brendan Bobo. Those have been the players that have been hottest today. Those have been the players that have been great all season.
The 1-2 misses away. And now the count's even 2-2 to Austin Carrillo. Excuse me, 3-2. Full count, Austin Carrillo, top of the 10th inning. The pitch from Ellis. Carrillo fouls it off, not caught by the catcher Thomas, and Carrillo staying alive.
And it was right into Thomas's glove. He just couldn't squeeze it, and that is a huge foul ball. If Carrillo ends up on base here, Jared Thomas might be kicking himself.
The payoff pitch. Carrillo still alive. 3 fouls off in this at-bat. Already 8 pitches in the at-bat. 9th pitch coming up to Austin Carrillo. There was an 8-pitch battle between these two in the 7th, and now Carrillo here, or not between these two, but Carrillo had an 8-pitch battle in the 7th. Now here in the 10th, 3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. The pitch from Ellis. He walks Carrillo. The go-ahead run is at first, and the Oaks dugout, they're fired up.
And Carrillo, he said something down the line. And so did Jared Thomas. A few of these players talking back and forth with each other. Carrillo talking with the first baseman. Now the umpires are going to get involved in the middle of it.
Looked like Jared Thomas may have said something. The umpire turned towards home plate, said, we're done. Now they're talking with Carrillo. Now they're taking a walk with Carrillo. That's Solis. Solis came out and talked to him. Tensions are high. These two teams, rivals, the Oaks, they really want to win here today.
These teams don't like each other.
No, they don't. 4-4 the score here in the top of the 10th inning. The Oaks, they led 3-1. The Foresters, they scored 2 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning, tied the game. Foresters took the lead in the next inning in the 7th, and now looks like a pitching change. Scott Ellis is going to come out of the game, and a new pitcher is going to be coming out for the Foresters with a runner on first and nobody out. We're going to step aside for a break and find out who the new pitcher is. Stay tuned. We got free baseball here on the Conejo Oaks live stream. At Uretsky, Ryan Milano, top of the 10th inning. Chase Webster, the new man on the mound for the Foresters after the 9-pitch at-bat to Austin Carrillo ended in a victory for the left fielder. He made it to first. Carrillo, the DH today, but a left-hander or left fielder overall. They throw back to first. Carrillo in there safely. So runner on first, nobody out. Hunter Call now at the plate. It's a chilly night here in Santa Barbara.
Very chilly.
Call showed bunt, pulled back. They throw back to first. Carrillo in there safely. The first pitch missed. Now 1-0 the count to Hunter Call.
And they're going to pay a lot of attention to Austin Carrillo on the base paths after a few words were exchanged back and forth from both sides.
So Hunter Call up right now, a 1-0 count. He shows bunt again, pops it up towards the backstop. It hits the netting, and now count even 1-1. Hunter Call today, he had a single in the 5th. He had a walk in the 1st, but other than that, 2 strikeouts. 1 looking in the 2nd, 1 swinging in the 7th. That was his last at bat. Now even 1-1 against the new right-handed pitcher and Chase Webster. Austin Carrillo on first base for the 4th time today. The 1-1 pitch. Call shows bunt again. Tried to bunt. Goes right back into the fence behind the plate. And back-to-back results for Hunter Call after he tried to bunt.
Yeah, that's just a poor job by Hunter Call. You got to put it down in this spot. If you're asked to bunt, got to put the bunt down, advance the runner into scoring position. Now he's going to have to battle. Can't be looking at a strike like he did in the game last time we were here in Santa Barbara.
So now Call behind 1-2 after starting ahead 1-0. Back-to-back foul tips on bunts, and now he's going to show bunt again. The pitch. Bunts. It's foul. That's an out. Why?
He was asked to do a job, asked to advance the runner.
Whoa, whoa.
And now words are exchanged a lot. Hunter Call going to get escorted back to the dugout.
Things are very tense right now. What was Carl arguing? I didn't see. Did you?
I have no idea. It wasn't an argument. It was something that was said to him.
Now there's chipping from the Foresters.
From the interns.
No, that's not an intern. That's a player.
Oh, it's a player in the intern section. My apologies.
They're, the Foresters, they put their players right in front of their broadcasters for, like, miles per hour and charting like Kyle does.
So now the managers are going to meet with the umpire. It's getting very chippy. The Oaks need this game to be finished.
The Oaks do need this game to be finished. It's a long game right now. It's 9-2 the Oaks. They still have to travel back to Thousand Oaks here tonight.
Well, that's not what I mean. They need it for the standings.
Well, they do need it for the standings. I thought you meant they need this game over.
No, they need this game to be finished for the standings. I mean, I don't think anyone's concerned about the bus ride home.
Well, no, I was just saying that if this game goes any later, they have a long trip to San Luis Obispo tomorrow regardless.
Might just sleep on the bus.
Maybe, depending on how late we are. 9:02 p.m. now. And now, with one out after the bunt strikeout by Hunter Call.
Kyle, are you ready to sleep on the bus? He says no.
Brendan Bobo up to the plate. A 4 RBI today. Day for Brendan Bobo. 2 home runs and an RBI on a strikeout. First pitch to him here in the 10th. Misses. 1-0 the count. So Bobo had that 2-run shot in the first, the solo home run in the 8th that tied it, as well as that strikeout swinging that he reached on a drop third strike in the 5th. That plated Carrillo. All 4 RBIs to Bobo as he gets another one to go and play. That's a single to right field. Carrillo to second, and the Oaks, they're still alive.
And why is Austin Carrillo not going to third base there? That was a slow roller into right field. Austin had the jump around the bag. If he gets to third base, then Raul Sandoval just has to put a ball in play in order to advance him home. But now the guy in Carrillo and the go-ahead run is just at second base instead of at third. Still a successful at-bat for Brendan Bobo, but it could have been runners on the corners.
So Bobo today now 3 for 5. And now Raul Sandoval, the cleanup hitter, up at the plate. 2 runners on. Carrillo at second, Bobo at first. First pitch, called a strike. Sandoval takes a called strike, and, man, that's just been his day. He had a strikeout in his first 3 at-bats, 1 in the first, 1 in the third, and 1 in the 5th. The 1 in the 5th was looking. The 2 prior were swinging. Did ground out, though, in his last at-bat. So an 0 for 4 day, 3 strikeouts. The 0-1. Swing and a miss from Sandoval, and he gets behind now 0-2.
And that's been the day for Sandoval. He's only he hasn't swung and missed at any pitches in the zone. All of his swing and misses have been on pitches that have been out of the zone on the outside part of the plate.
Greg Melhoff, he's on deck. 1 out here in the top of the 10th. Runner in scoring position in Carrillo. The 0-2 pitch to Sandoval. Looked at. Misses outside. That was a close one. The Santa Barbara Foresters fans, they wanted that one. The umpire says no, sir. And now 1-2 the count. Man, what an intense game here in Santa Barbara. It's chippy. We've had high tensions. And now the Oaks, they're threatening. They're looking to take the lead here in the top of the 10th. 1-2 the count to Raul Sandoval, Chase Webster. The pitch. That one spiked. It's going to get into the dirt. Carrillo's trying to go for 3. The throw over the head of the third baseman. Coming in to score is Carrillo. The Oaks, they take the lead.
And what a play by Austin Carrillo. Forced the ball to be put in play, forced a mistake to be made, and that's exactly what he did. Jared Thomas airmailed the throw down the line, and it allowed for Austin Carrillo to come around to score. And the Oaks, they now lead 5-4.
Wow. 5-4. Carrillo scores on the overthrow by Thomas. What a game. Still, 1-2 the count. Swing and a miss from Sandoval. So Sandoval goes down swinging. Could hear the Foresters. They wanted Sandoval to be out after he looked at a ball that missed.
They're blaming the home plate umpire. They're saying that's strike 4.
Yeah, I can hear him. Nevertheless, 2 strikeouts in the inning for Webster, but 1 run came in, and that was Austin Carrillo. And now, runner on second, 2 outs. Greg Melhoff at the plate. Swings and fouls off the first pitch to him. 0-1 the count. What a game. 5-4 the score. Top of the 10th inning. 2 outs, runner on second for the Oaks. Looking to add a little bit more breathing room. 0-1 the pitch to Melhoff. This one's grounded to the right side. Coming over is Romback. He fields it, flips it over to Webster. He taps on first, and that'll do it for the inning. But not before the Conejo Oaks can take the lead on an error by the catcher, Jared Thomas. Carrillo comes in. 5-4 the score as we head to the bottom of the 10th inning. Clay Rickerman, he's coming out trying to get the save. Stay tuned here on the Conejo Oaks live stream on YouTube. Knight Uretsky, Ryan Milano with you. Bottom of the 10th inning, the Conejo Oaks, they just took the lead. It's 5-4 against the Foresters. Just like the Oaks, top of the order coming up for the Foresters here in the 10th. Seth Stevenson, Andrew Cachel, and then it'll be, I believe, Josh Stinson. I believe he's the one that came in for Tremba as the first pitch from Rickerman is called to strike to Seth Stevenson. 0-1 the count.
And Rickerman on the hook for the win. This would be his first win of the season. Just needs 3 more outs.
The 0-1 pitch. Stevenson grounds it, and he's going to get aboard with a single up the middle.
So it wouldn't be a Clay Rickerman appearance if the heart wasn't racing just a little bit more.
That's what it feels like. So a runner on, and it's a fast one in Seth Stevenson, possibly the fastest player on the Foresters roster. Aboard with nobody out. Rickerman had a little bit of drama in the top of the ninth, or excuse me, bottom of the ninth. Had a runner in scoring position. That was the winning run in Jared Thomas. Got Ethan Bates to strike out swinging with 2 runners on after the intentional walk. And now, first pitch to Cachel. He pops it up. Shallow left field. Naviak in the area. Makes the play. Retreating back to first is Stevenson. And now 1 is gone.
So first pitch swing, first pitch out. That's a good thing because you get the out, but it's also a good thing because you get the out before Stevenson's able to really time up the pitcher. Stevenson has 3 stolen bags on the season. He hasn't been with the Santa Barbara Foresters for very long. You mentioned one of the faster players on the team. He might be running, and that is a good sign in order to get a quick out so that he can't gauge up Rickerman even more.
Rickerman goes back towards first, and there safely is Stevenson. Rickerman trying to keep him there. 1 out here in the bottom of the 10th inning. The Oaks, they're looking to make the playoffs. It's a crucial game for playoff standings. Half game back from the Riptide. The Riptide don't play today. The Oaks win. They're tied with the Riptide in playoff position. Stevenson goes. The pitch missed. Throw to the outfield from Durfee as it goes over the head of Sulak. Heading to third is Stevenson, and now the tying run is 90 feet away.
And that's just a poor throw from Brendan Durfee. He threw it up the line. Sulak trying to trek back into the other direction, and he couldn't do it. It went into the outfield, and now it's Clay Rickerman who has to get a big out right here. And he has to do it without Josh Stinson advancing the base runners.
So Josh Stinson at the plate. 1-0 the count after the first pitch missed. Cachel flew out on the first pitch, but Stevenson, after the single on the second pitch to him, steals second and now at third. Pitch into Stinson, called the strike. 1-1. Stinson this season batting .351, 1 home run, 8 RBIs. His 9th RBI is waiting at third, but Clay Rickerman has 1 out, and he's trying to prevent that from happening. Infield is in for Stinson. The pitch, Stinson fouls it away. And now Stinson's down 1-2.
So a strikeout here for Rickerman would be huge. He has to make sure he's not spiking one that Durfee can't block. Stevenson will take home plate if there's a pass ball.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, runner at third. 5-4 the score. The pitch from Rickerman misses. Almost got away, but Durfee there with his glove. And the count's even 2-2.
And a really nice backhand stop there from Brendan Durfee. If he doesn't stab that, it goes to the backstop, and this game's tied.
22 pitches on the game for Rickerman, 23 incoming to Stinson. A 2-2 count in a huge game. The pitch. Stinson's going to ground it to third over the head of Melhoff. Stevenson comes in, scores, and the Foresters are going to take the lead as Stinson goes for second, slides in there safely, a double on a high chopper over Melhoff. And, man, what a hit for Josh Stinson right there. It ties the game and puts the winning run 180 feet away.
And so if you thought this game was over, it's not. Santa Barbara comes, ties it up in the bottom of the 10th inning, and that puts the go-ahead run now on second base in scoring position, and it's up to Rickerman once again to get big outs.
Still only 1 out in the inning. A single from Stevenson. He advanced to third after stealing second, and then an overthrow from Durfee. He advanced to third and then came in to score right here after the 2-2, 1 out, RBI double from Josh Stinson, who came into the game for Tanner Otremba, and now he's the winning run at second base. And Kendall Pettis at the plate. First pitch to Pettis, called the strike. 0-1 the count. Rickerman not going to get the win as the game is now tied 5-5. Pettis today is 0 for 1. The pitch misses. Durfee tried to frame it, did not get the call, and now the count's even 1-1 to Kendall Pettis.
And Knight, look who's on deck. It's Jared Thomas. He's 4 times on base out of 4 tries today, 3 for 3 batting average on the day. He's been the toughest out of the day, swinging a hot bat. They're getting out of this inning, is going to have to go through him.
The 1-1 pitch, looked at, misses. Durfee tried to frame it again, doesn't get his call, and now 2-1 the count after back-to-back similar pitches from Rickerman, trying to go with that slider. Not getting the call. Runner at second in Stinson. Pettis at the plate, batting .250 on the year, 1 home run, 13 RBIs. The pitch. This one's lined up the middle, coming around and being waved is Stinson. The throw is not going to be in time. Stinson slides in, and the Foresters walk it off here in Santa Barbara.
And that's the ball game. The Foresters 6, the Elks 5. Thanks again to Lazy Acres for sponsoring the ball game tonight. Thanks to you fans for
Kendall Pettis, a walk-off RBI single in the bottom of the 10th inning. And Clay Rickerman's going to be on hook for the loss after coming out in the 10th inning with a 1-run lead. It was a single by Seth Stevenson, an overthrow from Durfee, and then an RBI double by Josh Stinson, followed by an RBI single by Kendall Pettis. And the Oaks, they drop a heartbreaker here in Santa Barbara with major implications for the playoffs. The Oaks today, they're losing, and they're going to be a game out of the playoffs behind the Riptide. They dropped to 11-14 overall, and an absolute heartbreaker here in Santa Barbara.
Well, the Oaks' mission is ahead of them. They have to win out. They have to win out, and the Santa Barbara Foresters, they're waving to the Oaks.
They're being
One of the fans described it right. Classless.
classless, yep.
That's going to do it for today's game.
That'll do it. Ryan Milano and I will be back at it tomorrow as the Oaks, they travel up to San Luis Obispo and look to stay alive. They drop a heartbreaker on an RBI single by Kendall Pettis that shatters the Oaks season potentially. Oaks looking to stay alive tomorrow against the Blues. Stay tuned. At Uretsky, Ryan Milano, it's been